All right, guys, welcome to the very first video edition of For the Health of It. I'm your host, Corian K. Paget, and today I have a very special guest with me, Lio Rush, former professional wrestler. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's going on, my man? So for the people who might not know who I am, my name is Lio Rush. I've been a professional wrestler, sports entertainer for the past 6 years. I've recently got released from my contract, unfortunately, but I was a part of the WWE universe for the past 3 years underneath the NXT 205 Live and Monday Night Raw brand. So that's me in a nutshell. They call me the 25-year-old piece of gold.
Okay, more than 24 karat, the 25 karat. I like it. All right, Lio. So before you got into the WWE, you traveled around the indie scene for a little bit, and actually in high school you did some amateur wrestling. If you can chat me up about that.
Yeah. So I've always wanted to be a professional wrestler ever since I was 5 years old.
Okay.
As time went on, I played different sports from baseball to basketball to football. But once I got to high school, I found a love for amateur wrestling. And I was still a fan of professional wrestling, and I knew that there were professional wrestlers that were amateur wrestlers. So I decided to kind of follow in their footsteps and do that. And, something that I wanted to do so unexpectedly, I didn't know at all how good I was going to get in it. And I ended up being a two-time All-American. So that was pretty cool.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good. So after high school, because you are pretty young, like you said, you're 25 years old. So that's about 7 years removed from high school?
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty good, man, to accomplish all that you accomplished. Because like you said, you wrestled NXT 205 and on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Let's say that we know for a fact that you have won the 205 championship, the cruiserweight title, and then also you on the independent scene, you won the CZW World Heavyweight Championship. How was it wrestling in CZW?
CZW was really special to me because that was one of the first, in my eyes, major independent companies.
Right.
Within the hundreds and hundreds in the world.
Right.
So,
right.
That was one of the first places where I would travel and try to get my face seen and stuff like that. And I ended up going back and forth to their kind of like training shows that are called CW Dojo Wars. Right. And I was one of those. And it just became like almost like a second home to my first home promotion, which is MCW in Maryland.
Right.
But yeah, it was awesome being a part of that company that was known for what they were known for. And, me coming in just wanting to be like considered one of the best wrestlers in the world, but I'm like wrestling these like deathmatch type guys.
Right.
So that was pretty different. And I really feel like I kind of found CZW was the first place where I kind of drifted off into more of a character. Mm-hmm. And, a lot got accomplished in CZW. That was super unexpected.
Yeah, I was shocked when I first seen you went there, man. I was like, because I was following your career. I got introduced to your career by Patrick, and when he was on Tough Enough. So I was like, man, that's pretty cool. Let me check him out. And then I seen he was a tag team partner with you. I was like, okay, I like this dude, L.I. Man, I like this. Your tag team name. It's not Prime Time.
Sudden Impact.
Sudden Impact. There we go. I remember. I really enjoyed y'all. Like I was like, man, these guys are gonna be legit.
Yeah.
And sure enough, you went on to CZW, and I was like, okay, he's in CZW. Let's see what he can do. And then, like you said, you won the Wired Championship, and then also the World Championship there. Next thing I know, you were signed to WWE, which was pretty dope for me, man, because it's definitely like going for wrestlers
for sure
of your pigmentation.
I hear you.
So we covered that you're no longer affiliated with the WWE right now. it looked like you might have known that was happening because you made a post either the day before or the day of. Can you chat me up about that?
I think I had a feeling. I had a feeling just because uh, of not only, and I don't even want to put the history that I've had in the company in there. I think it was the level of communication that was starting to happen between me and the people that that are in charge and decision making and stuff. There was a lack of conversation that started to happen a lot more frequently, and I just felt like some type of distancing was starting to happen at that point. I think that they knew that, at some point they had to release a few people, and they always just had me in that category, just because of frustrations that I've had with the company, or vice versa, or just overall disagreements. So yeah, I kind of knew it was coming.
Okay. Can you go a little deeper into or give me an example of what kind of frustration you may be talking about?
I mean, there's no secret. I mean, I've had interviews in the past where I was dissatisfied with, things financially or creatively. So uh, there was that friction that started right there. So I
Okay.
think that's when.
Okay. I understand that. I understand that. So let's talk about your post WWE career. You got any major events coming up or any new projects coming up?
Well, as far as like events, the world is so unpredictable right now. Who knows what's going to happen and when it's going to happen. But as far as things that I have in my control that I'm currently doing, I've been working on my music. I was working on my music as a active, WWE superstar already. So
Right.
I feel like this was the perfect time to really, knuckle down and kind of push what I've always wanted to push, which was music. That was, kind of an outlet for me that could give me that break from wrestling when I needed it. So yeah, I have an album that's releasing in the next 5 days, or depending on when this this interview airs, is going to be out.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I have a new album that's going to be released 5/11/20. It's called Ever After. My very first album, my first project prior to me, leaving the WWE. So um, I'm definitely looking forward to that. Of course, with my website that I have of musicbylio.com, which I have all of my merchandise and, 8x10s and just different things that people can, show their support or interest in what I'm doing next.
Got you. So who are you releasing this album through? Like what label I should say, and then probably if you what streaming platforms will you be on?
So I'm still independent. I'm strictly independent right now.
Got you.
But they are going to be on all streaming platforms, literally every single last one, all of the stores, Amazon Music, iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, even on all of the free streaming services. So it's gonna be on all streaming platforms.
Got you. And it's gonna be under Lio Rush Ever After?
Just Lio, just Lio.
Leo, just Leo. Okay, just Leo. Lio. So let me ask you this, Leo. What projects do you see yourself doing after this? Say so hypothetically speaking, say everything goes back to normal as possible come June.
Mm. I think I'm going to continue to work on my music, just
Mhm.
because that's what I have going for me right now, as well as my family's business of WBGR Sports Network, which is in Maryland. Um,
Talk me up about that, man. What's up with that?
so that's a radio station that me and my family own. It's called WBGR Sports Network.
Okay.
We're located in Lanham, Maryland, and we host radio shows. We host streaming services. to anybody who wants to like stream like a television show or anything or a commercial or anything online. That's pretty much what we do, as well as live coverage of all sports within the DMV area, which is DC, Maryland, and Virginia.
Right. So how long have y'all been doing that?
That's been a family business for forever. So, as long as I've been born.
Okay. Oh man, that's dope. I did not know about that. Okay. And drop the name one more time.
WBGR Sports Network.
Gotcha. All right. So how many tracks do you have on this new album, Ever After?
So that has not been announced yet,
Gotcha.
but it will be in the future, in the very near future, since this album is going to be out in 5 days.
Right.
So the track list number will be revealed soon. Okay. But yeah, it's a good number.
Okay. Can you give me probably the length of the album, or you want to keep that under wraps for right now also?
Oh yeah, for sure. Have to.
Okay. I understand. Okay. All right. So you said you made a post. I saw a post. I can't remember if I saw it on Twitter or Instagram, but you made a post saying you may be considering leaving wrestling for a little bit. Can you explain why?
I just feel like, for one, I've obviously, people don't just get to the WWE overnight. There's a process. There's a lot of time and work put in. For me, it all started when I was 5 years old. I've been an athlete since I was 5 years old and have not stopped playing sports all the way until now, playing at the highest level, might I add. So, year-long seasons. And on top of all of that, of me just overall being tired physically, I feel like I just kind of got burnt out from wrestling. A little more specifically with WWE, but I've just been doing it for a little while now. But I've been working really hard at it. I feel like that's why I've accomplished being in the WWE at only 22 years old, because I've put in the work to do that, Right. So yeah, I just feel like I'm burnt out. I'm really burnt out right now.
Okay, I understand that. I can definitely understand that. And you are not the very first person. You'll probably be the last to say that after they leave the WWE, they may take a little break from wrestling, from pro wrestling, because that I've heard is very strenuous on the body. You guys are on the road probably 300 days out of the year?
Yeah, more than that.
Wow. Did you ever do any of the overseas tours in Saudi, in the Middle East?
I did. Yeah. I was there one time. Of course, managing Bobby Lashley.
Right.
And then I was on a couple of overseas tours, live events while I was with WWE.
Gotcha. Okay. So the genre of music. Let's get back to this album, because it is a major project you have coming out. What kind of genre of music is it?
So I feel like I really don't. I don't know. I have this weird thing where I don't like to categorize what I'm doing with a specific genre, just because I'm influenced by so many different genres and so many different styles of singing or rapping and music in general. I feel like I never can categorize what I do into one thing. But it's definitely, I feel like it's unique. I could be biased because it's me who I'm talking about, but I feel like it's unique, it's different. It's something just exciting, and I like putting meaning into everything that I do. So I'm hoping, and I'm honestly looking forward to seeing people, gravitate towards certain songs that'll hit, different people.
Okay, I have a buddy. His name's Kevin Catula, goes by Kevin Cartier as an artist. He's also releasing a project next week, man. And he played me some of his music when I went down to Biloxi about a week ago. and you could definitely tell he has he's been going through some things in the past 3 years or so.
Yeah.
A lot of loss and a lot of growth also, and you
Mm.
can definitely tell he's been pouring his heart into his music, man. But I can definitely understand what you're saying, man. When you want people to, there's certain songs that have more meaning to you,
Yeah.
project, and that you want to have other people hear, and
Mm.
you want the world to know how you feel. I can understand that.
Exactly.
Okay. Uh, so let's transition a little bit back to wrestling, if you don't mind. Can you
Mm.
give me, if you had to make a list? I want you to make 2 lists for me. Your list of top 5 favorite wrestlers of all time, and then your top 5 wrestlers of all time, because it may be 2 different lists, because your top 5 may not be your top 5 favorite. So if you can make those lists for me.
My top 5 favorite wrestlers of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that's difficult. It's hard to categorize them when I'm like thinking about like, do I like them because of their promos or because of their in-ring style or because of different things. But let me see. I think I have to put Rey Mysterio for one.
Okay. Okay.
I have to put Eddie Guerrero.
Okay.
I have to put man, this is hard. I'll say Shawn Michaels.
Okay.
Um, one more. This is insane. Did I already say Jeff Hardy?
No, you didn't.
Okay, that's my 5.
Okay. All right. So that's your top
Those
5 favorite?
those are all people who influenced me to do it.
Right. And it's funny you say that, man, because every person you said, I'm sitting there like, yeah, I could see some influence from their style on him.
Yeah.
So I can definitely see that, and I can see why you said that and why those guys are your favorite. The first 2 guys you said were luchadors or had that lucha libre style, and like it or not, man, the cruiserweight or the 205 or however you want to say it, it just in fact in general wrestling today, mainstream wrestling today has benefited greatly from that lucha libre style, and I can see that in your style, man. Can you talk about the lucha libre and how you think it influenced the world of wrestling?
I just think, well, for one, I think just lucha libre wrestling is exciting and explosive, and I feel like it's influenced the matches now these days because people love watching wrestling live.
Right.
And the only way people are going to have fun, actual fun at a wrestling show or a wrestling event or whatever, is if you're seeing these human beings, fly through the air and doing flips and all of this. You need to be entertained physically, not just, listening to people talk on a microphone, because the person next to you in the seat can talk.
Right.
But that person next to you can't do what they're doing in the ring. So that's what makes it, exciting and entertaining. So.
Okay. Now, are your 5 favorite wrestlers also who you would consider the top 5 wrestlers of all time?
No, it isn't. And I didn't understand these 2 different lists at first, but now I do. So I'm gonna say top 5 wrestlers of all time. I think I have to put Shawn Michaels on that list too.
Okay.
Undertaker.
Mm-hmm.
I will say Cena. I will say it.
Hey, he's up there, man. He was one of my favorites of all time.
I'll say The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna say Bret Hart.
Bret Hart. Okay, so you went Cena in no particular order. You said Cena, Rock, Taker, HBK, and Bret Hart.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. My next question. You are an artist, both inside the ring and outside the ring. Like you said, you have an album coming out ever after. Top 5 artists that have influenced you.
Okay. Eminem.
Okay.
Drake.
Okay.
Tory Lanez.
Okay.
Juice WRLD.
Okay.
fifth one is so hard.
What about Wale?
His stuff, I would say Wale. I would say Wale. I was gonna say either Wale or Post Malone, but for two separate reasons.
I understand.
Yeah, two separate reasons. But I think it's a mix between those two.
Okay, okay. So kind of like a 5A and a 5B.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. All right. So you got. I do want to ask you because Wale is from that DMV area and he is a huge wrestling fan. Do y'all have any personal interaction with each other?
Personal interaction. What do you mean as far as like speaking on a day-to-day basis?
Not necessarily speaking on a day-to-day basis, but are y'all amicable or?
Oh yeah, definitely,
Okay.
definitely. There's a mutual respect there. You know, I feel like we met each other a good amount of times to say, you know, we're friends now, I guess. So it's cool. It's cool. Like he's in his field and I'm in mine, but it's both from the same, you know, home. So it's pretty cool.
All right. Okay. I hope this is the last list I ask you. Who are your top 5 wrestlers currently? And they can be from anywhere, any promotion. These guys I never heard of or guys I barely know anything about. Who are your top 5? Not necessarily the best in the world, but your top 5 that's if Leo had to make a list of 5 guys or you wanted to make a card right now of people you wanted to watch, who would those 5 guys be?
See, this is hard because I'm not as invested into wrestling, not wrestling, but independent wrestling or in other promotions, just because when you're in the WWE, you're so busy, you don't have time to watch what other people are doing.
I can understand.
You don't know what new talented, you know, people are out there. So I feel like this is hard, and I'm just about to say people who I personally know, which is I feel like unfair, but I'll say Joey Janela.
Okay.
I think Joey's awesome. Will Ospreay, he's amazing, obviously.
Yes.
Okada. I gotta put Jericho on there. I have to.
Jericho is very underrated too, man. I think he don't get a lot of the respect he deserves.
Yeah, and that fifth one is hard, man. I don't even know if I can pick a fifth one. Let me see. Let me just pick somebody. Shane Strickland. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good 5.
Yeah. Shane Strickland. What was his character name in Lucha Underground, man? Killshot. Yes. Yeah. That dude. Yeah. You know, he's legit. He is definitely legit. But back to the reason. The name of my show, man. I know this is kind of off, but the name of my show is called For the Health of It. It's kind of a bit of a double entendre. The 4 stands. It's not just a cool way to write, you know, 4 because it's grammatically incorrect, but like I said, it's a bit of a double entendre. The 4 stands for mindset, movement, nutrition, and recovery. So let me ask you this: for the health of it, how are you staying active during the pandemic right now?
How I'm staying active. This is a really good reason. I have 2 dogs. I have to walk them. So that's keeping me pretty active physically. Recently I kind of built a home gym in a separate room that I have in my house. And I'm trying to work out as hard as I can in here because it's very easy to just quit because you're in your own house.
Right.
And then I guess I'm staying active with my music, of course, with my album coming out and other projects that I have coming out. So yeah, I've been doing a lot. I've been doing a lot to, you know, try to keep my mind off of everything and finding different ways to, you know, stay within my community and in my house.
Okay. you mentioned you have a home gym. I have a coworker's son, big fan of yours, Jonathan Jr. Jonathan Harris Jr. I don't know how many. I got to get a little more specific. He wants to know, what is your workout plan? You can go. I know things are crazy right now, but you can give me your typical workout plan, or back when you were in the WWE, or however you feel fit to answer that question.
So
Hold on. You're breaking up a little bit. So technical difficulties there. For those of you that missed it, again, a coworker of mine, son, Jonathan Jr., asked this question: what are you doing to stay, or what is your workout plan? And you can answer that question however you see fit. If it's before the pandemic or after the pandemic, while you're in the WWE, however you see fit.
For sure. I feel like even before, during, and after the pandemic, I've slowly started to transition over to just doing a full body workout.
Okay.
At first, I was doing the whole upper body on Monday, legs on Tuesday, chest this day, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But I feel like that just wasn't working effectively, as effectively for me as it was for other people, just because my body type was different. So I just decided to do, upper body, upper body, lower body, all of it within one day, but just doing it, low. And it's just so weird, so crazy to say, because this was actually a thing, but like low weights and high reps, which was what the catchphrase was when I was with Bobby, which is so crazy. But yeah, that's honestly what I did. And it worked out really good for me, on top of a good eating diet.
All right. Speaking of eating diet, are you on any certain dietary restrictions, or anything like that?
Not right now. Not right now. It's very hard to keep up with that when you're trapped in the house for this long. So
yeah, that is very true, man. That's very true. You mentioned you have some other projects. Chat me up about that. What else do you have going on? All right. Yeah, my bad. It froze up again. Can you chat me up about what other projects you may have going on right now?
So other projects that I have going on right now, of course, I already told you about the album, but I also have my other company of WBGR Sports Network, which we spoke about, and I have my website, which is musicbylio.com. And I honestly feel like somehow Instagram and TikTok fits that category, because I feel like that's literally what's running the world right now.
It is.
So I'm trying to keep up with my TikToks and my Instagram posting and stuff like that. So a lot going on that's keeping me busy during all this.
Okay. All right, man. Before I get you out of here, you just dropped them, but let's drop them again. Drop all your hashtags, or your they're not screen names, but your tags. All that for me. Website. No.
So you can follow me on Twitter at Lio Rush. You can follow me on Instagram at It's Lio Rush. Oh no, actually, that is the other way around. So Twitter is It's Lio Rush, and then on Instagram is Rush Lio Rush.
There we go.
Then you can follow me on TikTok at Hey It's Leo. I know all of these are so different, but this is actually something that I'm going to do tomorrow. Starting tomorrow, all of my hashtags and my handles are going to be Hey It's Leo. So it'll be a lot easier for people to follow me that way.
Okay, so this should be dropping on Friday, May the 8th. So, hey it's Leo. Hey, Hey.
Yep.
Got you. There we go. At Hey It's Leo. And that's for Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. All right. What about and drop your website again? The
musicbylio.com, where you can find all of my music. You can find my t-shirts that I can autograph or not autograph. as well as 8x10s that are recently on my website.
Gotcha. All right, this has been another episode of For the Health of It. You can follow me at KPadFit. That's my Instagram, and then my Twitter is at Corian12. That's Korian, the number 1 and the number 2. And then also be sure to follow my Instagram for the podcast, which is the number 4, the period health of it. And again, Leo, we appreciate you coming on with us, bro.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.